Some ball tickling? Yeah, you know. So what else do you do on a Sunday night when you're all alone? Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Let's get into it. I'm unless I get chat interaction, I'm just going to read through the module here. Feel free to chime in and let me know what you think. And then after I read through the module, it's a real quick read. Brindlewood Bay only takes, it's a reading stream. It only takes, it's only one page. So it's pretty quick. But then after that, I was thinking it might be kind of fun if we open up this little document that I got here. And these are the campaign notes for the current Brindlewood Bay game going on. I had to do some retcon noting because this was just going to be a one-shot, and then it turned into a two-shot. And then now I'm thinking it's might be something a little more permanent. Don't tell my players yet. But we'll see. So I thought I'd take some notes. So we got our first two episodes are right here. Dad Overboard and the Great Brindlewood Bay Bake Off. Yes, I thought that said for a second. Bake Off. And then tomorrow night, we are streaming the All Hallows Scream. I actually played this one last night with some friends. A home game. We had a home game. We for the first time in a long time, I was like just a hearty belly laugh and like a genuine just like, oh my God, that's the funniest shit I've seen. And I'm glad I was there to see it. So we had a really good time. So there's the notes. And then here we talked about on FeatherFall After Dark, the only FeatherFall After Dark episode up to this point. We talked about some possible scenario creation. So that's what I want to do, because I was looking through my Brindlewood scenarios, and I only have, after the All Hallows Scream, I only have 3 more. One of those is a holiday Christmas episode. So that'll be fun. So I want to get ahead of the game here and try to make a few more. So down here, I've kind of laid out a Word document in things that we need. Obviously, we need a title, but we'll come back to this. I don't want to jump the gun here. So let's go here. We're going to scroll in to Brindlewood Bay. This is the version 3 of the Kickstarter booklet, hot off the presses. Very, very cool. They changed the cover up a little bit, added some color. I like it a great deal. There's some, that's who to thank for all this. Brindlewood Bay, let's go down. We want to go to the mysteries on page 110. And I will say in this version 3, they have added a whole lot of keeper help. So just things to kind of get you started and get some things that you can throw into the game, so you don't have to like be totally improv and come up with everything on the fly. You can kind of dig in a little bit. Yeah, I love the art in this. There's just something so cozy about it, and it's a ton of fun. So this is from the first episode, Dad Overboard, and here's the information for that. So we're gonna scroll down. In the book, the episodes or modules are a little bit longer, but in the printout handout, it is one page front and back. So we're gonna scroll through that. Here's the Halloween one. I'll zoom out a little bit so we can get the whole picture. This is the Halloween one. I love it. You can see C-3PO Princess Leia here. Is this the bride from Kill Bill? It's like, what the hell? We got King Tut. We got Ghostface Killer. Some alien. I don't know what that person's wearing. A vampire. This looks like it could be the Saw. What, Jigsaw? Is that what his name is from the Saw movie? Copyright? What do you mean? I can't show this? Oh, you mean these images are... yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just enough different that they can use them. But yeah, so this is the Halloween episode, All Hallows Scream, right here. So let's get into it. Get yourself some sleepy time tea. Maybe, get comfy and listen to me read. How's that sound? Some of you might like it. Anyway, so this is a complexity of 6, and the way these work is that is the number you're trying to get to. That's the number of clues you're trying to get to before you have a 0 modifier on the theorize roll, which is kind of like solving the case. So if you find 6 clues, you have a 0 modifier. Any clue after that, you're going to get a plus for each clue. If you try to solve before hitting 6, you're going to get a negative. So that kind of brings you back to neutral ground, finding at least 6 clues, and it's kind of indicating how long the game's going to take. It might take, right? The more clues you have to get, obviously the longer it's going to go. So this is a complexity of 6. I think the bake-off was 8, and I think we went almost 4 hours on that one. But this, I love this one. I love this one. It's very fun, and it's not as the bake-off was very kind of constrictive because you're on a baking show and you have to do things and hit some spots. Is that source on this one? What is it? I don't know what that means. It should be. Channel point redemption? Yeah, it should be. Did not go off, though. Yeah, so again, we are playing around with making sure everything's good on my end to run these things, and there should have been an alert that went off. I'll put that in the notes. We'll have to check through that. But anyway, Billy Zed's in the chat, like, distracting me. That's all right. All right, All Hallows Scream. So presenting the mystery, and this is kind of like the synopsis. There's going to be some things in here that you can interact with the player. So it's not straight up DM, GM, keeper material. Some of this stuff you might actually relay to the party. So the Mavens are guests at a Halloween party being thrown at the fabulous Brindlewood Bay home of Abner and Coco Vidal. Abner, a retired filmmaker for Gonzo B-Grade Pictures, greets the Mavens at the front door. He's wearing a King Tut costume, and if you look up here, there he is right there. He's got a little mustache, kind of a John Waters thing, a little thicker than a John Waters mustache, but he is there. I still can't get over. I missed that this was the bride the first time from Kill Bill. I love it. Okay, so going to a Halloween party in Brindlewood Bay by a filmmaker. So here's something that I love about Brindlewood Bay, and that is painting the scene. This gets player interaction immediately. As you approach the Vidal's home, what ostentatious thing do you see outside that reminds you the Vidals don't fit in with Brindlewood Bay's stuffy upper crust? Also, tell me about your costume. So this is a chance to kind of go around the table. What do you see outside of this? This kind of, I was calling it a McMansion last night. I don't think he's that great of a filmmaker that he's going to have like a legit mansion. So this kind of upper level of housing at Brindlewood Bay. What would they have? And my players last night, it was all like lewd statues and fountains and stuff like that. Something that looks legit, like, yeah, you got money, but when you look close enough, it's kind of like, oh, that's two people engaging in activities. And then they get to tell me about their costume. That'll be cool. I'm looking forward to see what the players come up with. So that gets us into the room. We're in the room, folks. After a short scene with Abner, have a few more scenes where we see the Mavens enjoying themselves at the party, which principally takes place at or near the bar. Be sure to introduce all the suspects in the scenes, and we'll get to those suspects here in a second. So you get some just kind of setting the table, right? We're gonna get comfy here in this party. We're gonna kind of get the lay of the land. Who is in the room? Vidal Sassoon. I work with a guy. His last name is Garnier. It's like the shampoo Garnier. Is it Garnier? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Vidal Sassoon, very, very hot. VO5 hot oil is probably the hottest. But after a few scenes, after the suspects have been introduced, that was kind of where I slipped up a little bit. I didn't last night when I DM'd this. I didn't do a good job of making sure every suspect got a little face time. So I think that's what I need to do tomorrow night, is make sure everyone gets introduced properly. Mrs. White, who is the maid of the Vidals, has found Abner dead. Wiener song just went off. That took a long time. Well, everybody just enjoy for a second. It just gets worse. Flopping wieners. Oh my god. I stopped listening after the nice and soft part. I didn't get to the flopping wieners. Yeah, don't let church hear this, okay? Wieners in your ears. You don't eat the penis. It's just a garnish. Is that what the line is from the ref? Speaking of the ref, top 5, top 10 Christmas movie? Where do you put that? Great movie, though. Top 10. Yeah, it's not a top 5, I think. But it's definitely one that gets watched early. And we love that one. Slipper socks, mediums. So after a few scenes, Mrs. White, the maid, has found Abner dead on the covered back porch, his head submerged in a large metal basin being used to bob for apples. Ooh. So we have a few scenes. I'm thinking that's going to take about 45 minutes. Don't want to go any longer than that because we do want to try to stay at 3 hours. And we want to give room for the mystery, uncovering the mystery. So those are things that are going to happen. So Mrs. White comes out. Abner's dead. The Mavens can begin investigating right away, or they can wait for someone from the sheriff's department to be called to the scene. Knowing my group, they're not going to wait. Yeah, hit the wiener song. Hit the wiener song. Cover your ears if you don't like it. Wiener, wiener. You want me to just sing it? Wiener, wiener, floppy wieners, soft wieners. Is it coming? Is the wiener coming? Or I'll keep talking until I hear wieners in my ears. So yeah, my group is not going to wait, and they already know after 2 episodes that the local sheriff's department is kind of incompetent. So. No matter what, it's important that no one be allowed to leave the Vidal's home until everyone be questioned. Make it clear to the players that the sheriff's department is entirely incompetent, there it is, and will not be able to crack the case without the Maven's help. And that's from the first one. That was Sheriff Dalrymple. That was his kind of introduction, was like, hey, I need you ladies, because I can't do it. So Sheriff Dalrymple will definitely be making an appearance, and if you want to see me dressed up as Sheriff Dalrymple, be here tomorrow night. I got the costume. All right. Deputy Brett Anderson, a himbo beach cop. Heyo, I didn't even I didn't use him at all. That would have been fun. Brett Anderson, straight out of Baywatch, a himbo beach cop. What's he doing in Brindlewood Bay? That was if Sheriff Dalrymple was implicated in the dad overboard murder. He was not. I'm kind of fond of Dalrymple, and I think my characters like him a great deal, so I don't know that he would ever be implicated at this point. But, things happen. So, there we go. A new establishing question. So we painted the scene. Now we get an establishing question. These are fun. You are having a secret affair with one of the people you've talked to at the party tonight. Who is it? Now, I rolled randomly to choose who was having the affair, and I think I will do that again. There's the wiener song. Got him. So many wieners. I don't know what to do. Nice and soft. It's like you put Vidal Sassoon all over your wiener, and now it's nice and soft. Because you conditioned it. That's what it is. No, don't. Okay, so you're having a secret affair. So I'll do the same thing. I'll roll randomly. I have 5 players. I'll roll a d6. And, of course, I'll roll a 6 on the first one. Then I'll just re-roll it until I get a different number. And they'll be having an affair. And I'll let them pick who they want to have an affair with. That's always fun. And that is saucy material for the table. We're spicing things up. It was kind of weird. So I was playing with my son. He's 19 years old. And he was the one having an affair. So that's not, it's kind of, I asked him if it's more weird to role play those. I mean, it didn't get weird or anything, but to kind of step in that arena with your family and close friends, or with some strangers on the internet. What is more weird? Who knows? But now so that's like the opening synopsis. Kind of gets us in there. Now we go to some moments. These are great as a DM if things are kind of, yeah, Church, you should not be seeing this, my man. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm doing a little Brindlewood Bay prep. Really just reading through. I mean, you'll be good. No, get away. Zooms. Yeah. Come on. He heard wieners, and he's just like, it's like the bat signal to Church's ears. Yeah. But Chance is here too. So, and there's Ginkgo. Wieners. Ginkgo, no sounds tonight. We're talking about that earlier. We'll see you, Church. We're figuring that out so I can have them on my end when I stream, because I'm going to be doing more. Yeah, it's so boring without like farts and dicks and sharks. Dick fart sharks. But did you hear the wiener song? We can do that. We can always have that. And, I have some of these. Hold on. There. I have that.
Cool.
I have that one. Okay. Just let me know. What do you want?
Boom. Roasted.
All right. So I have a few. But not many. Anyway. Moving on. So we're into the opening. Now, these moments are great for the DM, because these are like, if the table talk kind of gets lagging a bit and you need some inspiration, you can throw these in there. I only used a couple of these, I think. Partygoers dancing to the Monster Mash. That's kind of fun. I had 2 of my mavens last night. They sprained their knee, so they did not make it. So they had some conditions after that. There's some lobby posters of some of Abner's movies. These are great. The Barracuda series is probably my favorite. So Barracuda 2, the Cuda sleeps at night. And then Barracuda 8, Cuda in space. So those are fun. Werewolf singing, movie theater concession stand, TV monitors playing scenes from March of the Devil Woman from Planet X on silent loop. Cooters in space. Yeah, Cuda. It's like short for Barracuda. Come on, man. A group of trick-or-treaters at the front door. I used this one. They had a fun scene with some little kids. Spider-Man, Pink Power Ranger, Happy Jack the Lumberjack. I think Is that an actual IP or is that something they made up? I don't know. Barracuda 3 love kisses. We would need like Barracuda 9. I think, you know, Barracuda 1 through 8 is already in canon, so we would need 9. Yeah, Happy Jack the Wiener Jacker. What? I didn't say that. You know. Okay, so those are things you can throw in. I like having these. These are, again, tools for the DM to kind of spice things up. If you, I don't know numerals, yeah. What does X mean? You know, X gonna give it to you. So now we're into the suspects. This is where it gets real good. So we already have Abner. He dies. And what I would suggest, super sussy, what I would suggest when writing these is to give yourself a little write-up for that murder victim. Like, just Abner wearing a King Tut costume is not a whole lot. So you gotta, if you were just getting this, you gotta kind of make some stuff up on the fly. I would appreciate a written up thing just like this, for especially if that murder victim is going to be in some RP with your players, you know, give you something. So, but Marcus Greaves, Abner's manager. This is great right here. These 3 sentences about the character is very easy for the DM to read and then to create. Handsome, piercing eyes, no costume. All right, that kind of immediately gets you into his mindset if he's not dressing up at a Halloween party. What a stick in the mud. Marcus is Abner's business manager. He's been with Abner for over 20 years, looking after his affairs, arranging opportunities, negotiating contracts, and always getting his 10%. All right, so he's got some ties to Abner. And then you get a quote. And these are always fun to like be able to pull from. I very rarely read them as is. I kind of piecemeal them out, you know, as the NPC chat tree for the characters. But these parties are a waste of time. People in this backwater town, they don't like Brindlewood Bay. Marcus, what? He wants to get Abner to go back to LA. And then I know he's upset about how poorly Kudak girl. So is that Barracuda spinoff? Kudak girl. La 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 la. Barracuda in love. Hey. Lord of Chance, you were kind of close, right? Love kisses. Barracuda in love was received. They don't like, fans don't like seeing the Barracuda franchise going to a rom-com twist. Let's get that out of here. All right, so that is a suspect. That is somebody who could have very well killed Abner. And that's the other great thing about this. I don't have to pick who does it. It's going to come out during gameplay. So you don't have to prep that, which is kind of cool. So now we have Mrs. White, curmudgeonly, snoops about, a maid uniform with cat ears. And I could not think of the maid from Clue when I was playing this last night.
You already did me.
So that was fun. Mrs. White is quiet and always there. ... There. She knows a lot about what happens in the Vidal home. Secretly in love with Coco, Abner's wife. Okay. So now we got some maybe some motives. We got, you know, depending on how the clues come out. Mrs. Vidal was bound to go and get himself killed at some point. You can't make that many pictures about madness and murder and not have the real thing come knocking at your door at some point. I'm surprised it took this long. Wow. The person I'm most worried about is Mrs. Vidal. Someone needs to make sure she's looked after. There you go. Hype, cranky old mage. What's going on? We're just doing a little Brindlewood Bay prepperoonie, kind of reading through, you know, giving some love to Brindlewood Bay at the same time. I'm having a great time with it. So we're just kind of going through tomorrow night's game, kind of refreshing it in my mind. If you got 10,000 channel points, just go ahead and drop that in. And I think Billy's so proud of himself. for it, but it's there. It's there. I think I can do it too. 10,000 points though, is that? Seems about right. We don't want that going off all the time. All right, so now we're on to Coco Vidal, Abner's wife. Ooh. Airheaded, sweet Cleopatra costume. So he's King Tut, she's Cleopatra. Airheaded and sweet. Coco has known Abner since... Coco. Coco has known Abner since they were teenagers and was frequently an extra in his early films. They've been married for nearly 40 years. Wow. So that makes them, in their 60s? At least. Maybe. Oh, yes, it's great. Just play it. And a quote for her. I don't have that one set up. I'm sorry. We're still troubleshooting some of the sound effects on this end. Why would anyone want to kill Abner? He's so harmless. It's true he snores a lot. And he's sometimes a bit of a cheapskate when it comes to dining out, but why would anyone want to kill him over stuff like that? Yeah, Coco. Why? I don't see any ready-made motives coming from her. So it's hard to see if she would be the killer, but you never know what your players are going to do. All right, so now that's kind of the Vidal house. Now we got the guests. Elena Visage, an actress, seductive, boozy, vampirous costume. Elena is a former Hollywood actress, a frequent star in Abner's films. She seems to like Abner, though she will drop hints that he eventually resigned her to the matronly roles in favor of giving the leads to younger talent. Oh, there's some resentment, some motives. Surely you've seen my work. Variety once said my performance in Devil Woman from Planet X was the most acting they'd ever seen. Not good or bad. It was just acting, the most they'd ever seen. All right, so we got Elena Visage, the vampiress. Now, moving on, we have Gordon Thune, a banker. Stuffy, put upon. What does that mean to be put upon? Somebody says, if that describes you, what does that mean? I'm going to look that up. Taken advantage of as a result of one's good nature. Expected or asked to do too much. Okay. Put upon. Frankenstein's monster costume. Look at that. They did it right. He's not Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. It means it feels like everyone... Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those, turn of phrases that I've heard, 100 times, but never really thought, what does that actually mean? Frankenstein's monster costume. Gordon is a local banker and a pillar of the community. Okay, so this is good. So now our party is going to have somebody that they could recognize, right? Of course, they'll recognize Abner and Coco, but Elena maybe if they like his movies. But this one definitely somebody can gravitate to, and maybe this is somebody they're having an affair with. Like a parent. Yeah, totally. Always up in my business. Parents just don't understand. He finds Abner personally distasteful, and if not for the filmmaker's importance as a bank customer, he wouldn't be caught dead at this party. Yet he's dressed up, so that's good. I think the sheriff did. It's always the one you most expect. Who knows what kind of depraved nonsense Abner has planned for us at this party. These Hollywood types, they're just different from you and me, Okay. Some stuff there to work with Gordon, old Gordo. Sam Turlington. This one was a fun NPC last night, as I DM'd this last night. If I didn't say that, I'm saying it. Business partner. Friendly, boisterous. Those are two NPC traits that make them either super annoying, if you put it on pretty thick, or just easily accessible to the conversation, right? Sometimes you play those reserved ones, and they're kind of hard to make an impact Sam Turlington on that. On the other hand, I liked playing him last night. Phantom of the Opera costume. Sam is a new business partner of Abner's. They're investing in some prime retail property near the bay. He likes Abner and is having a swell time at the party. All right. I'll tell you this, Abner Vidal isn't just a film visionary. No. He's also got a great mind for business. Seaside Properties, going to make Brindlewood Bay an internationally known vacation spot. Okay, so now we're getting some stuff outside of the movies, business, a lot of money at stake here. Could be means for murder. June Willoughby, a local socialite. Okay, so again, another person the party could know right off the bat. Pretty, artificially genteel sock hop costume. A local and a friend of the Vidals secretly having an affair with Abner. What? Secretly having an affair with Abner. That son of a bitch. Very judgmental towards Coco. Okay. Ooh. So here's the question. How thick do you lay on any moves that June would place on Abner pre-murder, right? How do you make so thick? How do you make that known that there's a connection, but not obvious? Only a very good DM will do that. So I am not one. Just look at this place. Everything is so ostentatious. And it's just like Coco to buy cheap swill. Wasn't Coco saying Abner's the cheap one? Zampane? Who ever heard of Zampane? It's the great value version of champagne, I guess, is Zampane. All right. So those are our cast of suspects. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different suspects that could be the murderer of Abner. I think that's a good number. All right, now we go to locations. I like the way they do locations because we get more of this paint the scene. This, again, gets players involved. Maybe they're not really good with the RP. They don't know what to do, but they can vision the room. So this is where they might do some shine. This is where the mystery starts. A bar and a lounge area just off the foyer. Actually, it can be, Cranky. That's it can turn out to be that way. Or at least blame placed on them. It's what my character would do. Murder everybody. Paint the scene. So this is where the players come in. So the room has been decorated for Halloween using props from Abner's horror movies. Come up with a name for one of Abner's schlock masterpieces and then describe the prop from that movie. So I've told my players that they should come up with some movie titles. So hopefully they have something cool here. One from last night was Radioactive Babies, or I can't remember what it was, but it turned out a prop in this room was like a pram that was like large and kind of mostly metallic, but it was filled with pistachio pudding as like a serving platter. So everybody had a gigantic bowl of pistachio pudding. Yeah. So the shit they come up with. So another room, the Tinseltown room. This room's fun. Dramatic Art Deco lines, lots of black lacquer and gold trim, thick carpets. Thick. Paint the scene. As you step inside the sitting room, what do you see that shows it's a temple of old Hollywood? Sounds kind of fun. There we go. Moving on. The master bedroom. So I had the bar and the Tinseltown room on the first floor. Kind of on opposite sides of the foyer. I think I'll stick with that. I didn't really like my layout of the house last night, so I'm going to change it up a bit. But these two, I think, will stay. I like those being kind of the front two rooms that you would come into. The master bedroom is going to be upstairs, obviously, I think. This is kind of weird. Blood red wallpaper and curtains. Enormous canopy bed. Mirrors overhead. Wow. Paint the scene. Abner and Coco had a pretty interesting sex life. What evidence of this do you see casually strewn about the room? Now, I did not ask my players this last night, and it's not because it's a little salacious. They were bursting into the room running from a shadowed figure, so it kind of, the scene happened so fast that we didn't get to kind of build this. But it's an interesting question. Yeah, Carmen Electra's dancing pole in one corner. That could definitely be it. My dancing pole? No, I don't have one. No. Yeah, there's a camera on a tripod in the corner. There's a little bench at the end of the bed where Abner sleeps. Totally. All right, so that's the master bedroom. Things could get saucy in there. We'll see. There's a perfect clue that I placed in there that I'll show you here in a second when we get to the clues. Abner's office. This room was fun. A framed dollar bill with no particular significance. A top-of-the-line computer still boxed. A talking Cuda the Barracuda mounted on the wall sings Bad to the Bone if you press the button. What was that, like Big Mouth Billy Bass? Is that what it... That's what it's called, right? Come on, this is old-timey Hollywood. They have separate twin beds. What was that show that was on Netflix that was old-timey Hollywood? It had the guy from Big Bang Theory. What was it called? It was pretty good, and I don't think they renewed it for a second season. But that was fun. Also, what happened to Netflix again? The Nurse Ratched show. Did that get picked up for a second season? I like that one too. All right. So is this the last room? This is the last room. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations in this house. So Abner's office I put upstairs. Hollywood Golden Age, maybe? I don't know. Abner's office I put upstairs. Master bedroom was upstairs. The screening room I had downstairs towards the back of the house. And I think I'm going to keep that there. It was kind of opposite the kitchen. But we'll see. Red velvet movie theater seats. Sconces glowing warmly. The click, click, click of a film reel. A lot of shit happened in the screening room. And I made a little lobby. Because if you remember back up here on the moments, there's a movie theater concession stand, not in operation, but smells of hot popcorn. Yeah, so I kind of made the lobby and put that in there. Made sense. Whoa, too far. You've gone too far. So this paint the scene is... Oh, I forgot to paint the scene in the office. Abner's very bad at business. Looking around his office, how do you know this? There you go. Screening room. So this paint the scene has like 2 different levels. Only if at least one maven has marked a shadow in the garden. And this is a Crown of the Void. This means they've kind of dipped into some of the Cthulhu-esque underbellies of Brindlewood Bay. And nobody has yet. So this film's not going to be played, but we'll read it anyways. The film being played about a hippie commune is one you don't recognize. The film is black and white and there's no audio. It captured the last violent moments of the commune with buildings burning and people bloodied and running in terror. Jonestown, maybe. What do you see that makes you think the events being depicted are real? The film is a void clue. That's kind of cool. But unfortunately, they're not going to get that because nobody has the shadow of the garden marked. Maybe they will by the time we get there. I know some of them are pretty close to having to put on the void crown. So maybe we'll get there by the time. That would be cool because I think this is a pretty cool detail that I'd like to use. All right, so those are the locations. So we've got our suspects, we've got our locations. Let's talk about clues. This is where I usually stop prepping. And what really holds me up at the table is like reading through the clues and like what would be a good clue to put in here. So having a better understanding of the clues, I think, is something I need to do. So let's look at these. Nope, zoomed in too far. Too far. A shattered Briddy Award. Okay. We used that clue last night. That was in the garbage can in the kitchen. But there you are. An argument between two suspects on a seemingly private balcony. The words they are saying are unclear. And obviously you can change some of these like variables here. Like, does it have to be on a balcony? No, it could be like in the corner of the Tinseltown room, thinking nobody's there. One of the clues is a secret passageway, so maybe you're giving them 2 for 1. They found this passageway and they hear these people talking on the other end, right? A plastic pumpkin filled with half-empty pill bottles. So this one was the first clue they found, and it was kind of the jumping off point, right? So, pill bottles, painkillers. All right, that's cause of death. Even though his head is stuck in a jug of water or a tub of water being drowned. This one I did not use, but I think I'm going to have Abner's one. He's missing a finger because this has a decorative spider web with a real human finger tangled in them. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just another clue that kind of gets to some of the murder aspects. Because now you could be looking for blood, you could be looking for a knife. Maybe they use that Briddy Award to cut it off. Who knows? But I think it's good clue to use. So I'm going to make sure I place that early with Abner. He's missing a finger. A stack of rejected movie scripts. Devil Woman from Planet X versus Zombie High School. Devil Woman from Planet X versus the whole high school. Barracuda, what is that? 12. All right, Chance. So we're at least up to 12. Cudas in the Hood. Is Jennifer Aniston in that one? What is that? Leprechaun, was it 2 or 3? Jennifer Aniston was in one of them. I can't remember if it was the Hood or if it was just the regular one. And Vampire Toga Party 3, Magnus Comes Loudly. There you go. Magnus Comes Loudly. Vampire Toga Party. Do vampires, do they still like, I don't know. A pair of muddy boots in an unusual place. Nice. An old reel of film showing a debauched Hollywood party. Ooh, could be weird. Women's lingerie perfumed. Yeah, so last night we were playing. My wife came across this one in the master bedroom. And, she's playing a very, like, Rose from Golden Girls. So it's very, like, kind of ditzy, and she ended up putting it totally on and then doing a little dance. It was, my wife. A secret passage connecting 2 locations. I think this is a prime clue. This is one that I think you have to use. Because this allows you to make it so that anybody could be the killer, right? If they knew of this. So I think you have to use this one. A sack of rubber Halloween masks in an unusual place. A steamy love letter unsigned. We didn't use these ones. A fancy car. The brake lines cut. Pictures of the past discarded. Oh. An adult trick-or-treater provokes a glint of recognition from a suspect. Ooh, didn't use that one. A phone message delivered to the wrong number. A Lifetime Achievement Award with the words, "Enjoy it, you worthless bastard," carved on the back of the frame. A tape of spooky Halloween sounds has a message from someone when played in reverse. I know I'm going to die tonight. Okay. Candy that has been tampered with. We used this, and I actually kind of paired that with the pills. So there were some pills stuffed in there. Every parent's nightmare on Halloween. a duplicate costume hastily discarded, and then a rejected building permit application. So those are our clues. Pro tip, read over those. I always kind of like, oh, there's just, whatever. I can read them real quickly. But some of them obviously don't make sense in some locations. So you want to have an idea of where they would come into play. Some of them are pretty universal and can be anywhere. But like the fancy car, like, no, it's there. So if they happen to go outside, or the garage or something, you have a thing to put there. All right. Last bit, void clues. These only come about if, when they are doing a search, a meddling move, as it's called, and they roll a 12 plus. So it's a 2d6 system, so depending on their modifier, they've got to roll pretty darn high on the dice. And then these come out. And the more of these you get, the quicker you are kind of triggering the resurgence of the void. So some of these were pretty fun. I think we had 3 last night, which was quite a high amount. The sound of a record being played backwards, but it's actually ritual chanting. You're chanting, Ray. Rising mist, strange shapes moving within, insects pouring out of a jack-o'-lantern, a tree oozing blood-red sap. I used this one, and I actually filled the popcorn machine with the blood, which was kind of fun. The electricity goes out, causing the music to come to a groaning stop. You can hear feverish sounds in the darkness, lovemaking, death throes, barnyard animal noises. When the lights come on again, everything is normal. Ritual chanting is my new band name. Yeah, we really should be like keeping a list of all these band names, Cranky. I think there's something there. And then, maybe, I don't know. I have not seen Magic Mike, so I would not know. I know of it. This last one, a character depicted on the lobby poster for the 12 sexy labors of Hercules beckons to you. So we did do this one, and it was actually Hercules that was beckoning to one of the characters. And when they went into the master bedroom, they looked up in the mirrors on the ceiling, and it showed the reflection of Hercules on the bed, like flexing his pecs. But he wasn't actually there. So that's as easy as it gets, like right there. Let's take a look at how it looks on the printout. I think that's fun too. So all of that we read is probably 6 pages in the book, is just these 2 on a handout. You get a little area for notes over here, which is kind of nice. But they have little check boxes, and I think this is super handy. What is it? The Arcane Library. There's this kind of like this, very short. A lot of these establishing questions and stuff like that to kind of keep you moving and keep it, make it easy for the DM, I think. So there it is. Big things I need to make sure I pay attention to is now I have a better handle on the clues. So I know how some of them can come in and other ones to discard. The layout of the room is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to make sure that the stairway is in the front as you walk into the foyer. So you can go straight upstairs if you'd like. I kind of put it back towards the middle of the house. So going to do that. Going to remove a finger from Abner as he is found dead. So it could be drowning. It could be pain pills. It could be lopped off finger. Who knows? But that is some of the big things that I want to do next time. I need to make sure each character, each suspect gets some face time in the early scene in the bar. And then I need to play up, what was it? Yes, June Willoughby having an affair with Abner. So I need to make sure that they see like just one maybe subtle brush with each other. Nothing too much, but just enough to like plant the seed so that there's some some paranoia there. And I kind of looked over that last time. So that's what I'm going to do. But there we go. So that's All Hallows Scream. Like I said earlier, I think this one's pretty fun. It's pretty open, sandboxy, where the Bake Off was kind of structured a little too much, and not my favorite. It was fun, but not my favorite. This one's going to be good. The next one, I'll just give you a little teaser here, is Jingle Bell Shock. And the characters are, where are they? The characters are fun, are caroling in ugly Christmas sweaters. So that's going to be fun to be out on the streets of Brindlewood Bay, which we haven't seen yet. They're going to be able to come up with some cool, ugly sweaters that they can design. And of course, we'll probably be dressing up for that one. But there we go. So I haven't read much into this one, just that opening bit. But looking forward to that one as well. Okay. So I'm going to close this down. Can't take the golden girl out of the street, but can take the golden girl out of the street, but can't take the street out of the golden girl. Yeah. True. Yeah, wear an ugly sweater. Yeah, I have a couple. I have one with a dragon on it. That's my favorite. You can call me Dragon. That's my favorite. So, the thing is, here's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to close this down, but I'm going to keep it handy. I'm just going to minimize it. So, back here, like I said earlier, I want to create an episode. I want to write an episode for Brindlewood Bay, because after Hallow's Scream, I only have 3 more. So I kind of want to get a leg up, as they say, and get one in the bank. So here are the campaign notes. Here are some suggestions from, what's it called? FeatherFall After Dark that we had a couple months ago, actually. We need to get back on that. So here's what we kind of came up with. So something at a bingo hall. That'd be fun. Swingers club. Cruise ship murder. I don't think they're ready for a vacation. They'd have to go on a vacation. And I don't think... And the first one was Dad Overboard, which was on a yacht. So I don't think... I want to do that one. Something in a craft store. Ooh. Arts and crafts show? I was thinking like, what is Antique Roadshow? Antique Roadshows in town. A cat or dog show would be fun. Golf cart murders, okay. The ladies go golfing. Swap meet or flea market, diner murder, Sunday service, candy factory. You've been butterscotched. Antique Roadshow. What do we think, chat? I'm leaning towards a bingo hall or a craft store, but with this caveat. They get snowed in. Right, you know, like the episode of Full House where they get locked in the mechanic shop, right? So it's like one of those episodes where they're locked in. Ooh, liquor store, okay. Liquor store, fabric store, is that on here? Craft store, okay. Craft store like Joanne Fabrics. Do you have Joanne Fabrics where you're at? Joanne, I was just in Joanne Fabrics. They kind of pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie. They had this sign up. They had this sign on this candle display, and I'm like, I need some more candles for down here. Kind of running out. And the sign was buy one get 2 free. First of all, like, it's almost too good to be true. Spoiler alert, it was. Second of all, like, how do you pass that up, right? It can be so good. So I started picking them out, and they only had like 4 flavors, and they weren't like really blowing my pants off. So I was like, whatever, I'll get the vanilla one. I'll get a couple of those. And then I get like almost to the checkout, and I'm like, something, spider sense is going off, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back and check. And of course, in fine print, it was like, except for the 14-ounce candles, and of course, that's all they had left. Needless to say, I did not get any new candles. It was a sad day. It was a sad day. All right. So I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm going to highlight these ones green. What do you think of one of those two? Craft store, fabric store, bingo hall. And they don't have to get snowed in. It could be whatever Cranky wants. Bummer at the bingo hall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'll just sit back for a minute.
Party, wieners, nice and soft, non-erect wieners, flopping wieners, dangle wieners in my bag.
I wish it didn't cut off. Is there more, or is that as long as you can do a song for? But who knew the Game of Thrones theme song had lyrics? You didn't know that. You didn't know that. It cuts to George R.R. Martin talking to Butters. Oh, so you gotta cut it there. Yeah, they probably wrote the whole thing and they have it somewhere. What are they doing? Something came up on like this is I'm old, so I don't do TikTok, but YouTube Shorts sometimes. And something came up with Trey Parker and Matt Stone on stage with Primus doing the theme song to South Park live. It's pretty fun. Sounds like a she shanty about wieners. Yeah, it definitely has like that kind of vibe to it. But, you know. Okay. Bob's off to bed. All right. Okay. A he shanty about 2 wieners. 2 wieners walk into a bar. Okay. So I'm gonna go. What was the title you gave? Bummer at the bingo hall. Okay. Maybe blackout at the bingo hall. Bummer at the bingo hall. Or working title. All right. Continuing along. How many clues are needed? So the Halloween one was a complexity of 6, which means they need that many clues to kind of have a 0 modifier to solve the mystery. I like 6. I think anything less than that, it's going to be really quick. So we'll go a 6 to 7 at this point. All right. What is a story synopsis here? Blackout works if the murder takes place. Ooh, okay. Okay, now we're talking. That's a play on words. Okay. The Maven group is out for their weekly bingo game. I got to think of a bingo hall name. What could it be called? Gingo. Come on, I can't type. Bingo hall. So the Mavens are out for their weekly bingo game. I think that it's like a Tuesday. You know, they're all retired, and so it doesn't have to be on the weekends. It's not like they're going to work. Weekly Tuesday night bingo game at Daubers. I'm trying to think of like what is at a bingo hall. Daubers, Sheets. What is the what is it called? Where all the balls sit. The sack, you idiot. Like the little barrel thing. So when we were growing up, my dad was a volunteer fire department, and they always did bingo night at the fire hall. And so we were always like running around, you know, causing havoc. Big Balls Bingo Hall, that kind of works here, because there are a lot of like those, I can't think of the word, at Big Balls Bingo Hall. Deck the halls at Big Balls Bingo Hall. All right. The Mavens are out for their weekly Tuesday night bingo game at Big Balls Bingo Hall. A storm is coming in, and causing some power outages in the area, but the Mavens are sure they will still be able to play. All right. I've got the biggest. All right, so there's a rough outline. Power's going to go out. Yeah, I'm not the best typer. I go for speed, not accuracy. All right. I'm going to say they play 1 or 2 games before the power goes out. Now, I'm thinking, what could we do? Who's going to win that game? Who's going to win the first game of the night? Do one of the Mavens have an opportunity, or is it going to be the victim? Or do we wait for the black? Because isn't the blackout usually like the biggest take? Maybe it's someone who wins the biggest take. They get murdered. Lights out, scream, gunshot. Oh no, X is dead. DMX. Okay, so I like the lights out, like the scream. I think I'm gonna gunshot. The murders have never been like that aggressive. Like for the first one, it was they were pushed overboard and they drowned. Brindlewood Bay, they were murdered in their trailer. Hallow's scream, it looks like they drowned. So I'm thinking like, something to do with daubers and game cards. Maybe they solve it in the dark with just candles and flashlights. I like the idea of that being, because the more it's kind of like dark and mysterious, the easier I can bring in these cloaked figures that hide in the dark. So, Okay, 1 or 2 games played before the power goes out. Lightning cracks. The hall screams. And the light goes out. The lights go out. Okay. I think what I need to do, I need to jump down to some suspects. We got to figure out who's going to die. Who is going to die? And is this like a legit bingo hall? Big Balls Bingo Hall is legit. And I think it's kind of inland. It's not, it's like an expansion of Brindlewood Bay. They wouldn't allow this to be built on the prime boardwalk. So I think this is like an old barn or like the Freemasons Hall, the community center, something inland. So it's not in the boardwalk that we've been used to so far. Maybe they solve in the dark. Maybe the victim is a real bitch to the ladies. Okay, so let me see. I wish I had the book because it has a map. Let's say there's like no, that's too much. I was gonna say a pastry chef, but that's too much from Brindlewood Bay Bake Off. Maybe that character makes a comeback though. I know that they didn't like her. So what if go back here. Great Brindlewood Bay Bake Off. They did not like Melanie Blair. Let me zoom in on that. They did not like her. Melanie Blair. Frazzled, actually intense, sensibly dressed. Lives in Brindlewood Bay all her life. Learned to bake from her parents, who used to own the Sweet Sensations Bakery before it went out of business. Okay, so now she's gambling to, as much as bingo is gambling. Yes, it's true. My parents' bakery went out of business when Paul's Bakery, which is from the Great Brindlewood Bay show, bakery chain, opened a location in Brindlewood Bay, but I don't hold that against him. I love Jolly Good Baking Show, and I'm just honored to be here. Murdered by a metal cake spatula. Melanie Blair. Okay, I like that. I like that she's going to be the one murdered. So I'm going to say is there some emergency lighting here? Or do people, yeah, good callback. I like that. I think I'm going with Melanie Blair. I think it's a good time. No sense in recreating the wheel, right? Let's use what we got. They play 1 or 2 games before the power goes out. Lightning cracks. The hall screams. I don't know. And the lights go out. The hall fills with screams. There we go. And the lights go out. Lights stay out. And the lights go out. Jeez. Lights stay out for, I'm going to say like 30 minutes. Characters can move around and, and get comfortable. And may stumble upon the dead body of body of, what was her name again? Melanie Blair. After 30 minutes, the lights return, and people start to freak. How about making up bingo cards with things that can happen in the game for chat to play? Yeah, there is like a bingo card maker. Was it you we were talking to about that? I remember. It was brought up one point, and we looked at it making like FeatherFall TableTop bingo cards. All right, I'm going to... How do you... I want to... maybe I remember finding one. Yeah, I can't remember. Somebody did it. Let me see. I'll put a little note here and I'll highlight it in yellow. Look at making bingo cards for chat to play along. Okay, I like that idea. Interactivity. Okay, so they start to freak. So we have that. Paint this scene. Not bimbo card. Yeah, no. All right, so paint the scene. What is a question that we could ask the players as they step into the bingo hall to help kind of paint what they see? I like this question. What are some of the good luck charms that you brought or that you see other players have brought and set up at their table? I always remember like people had like the troll dolls and they all had like daubers that were all like in color order, like all those, and they have like their whole table set up. So I like the idea of being able to bring in the players. What would they bring? Because you're going to get a whole vast number of answers. Some of the players are going to be like really into it, and some of them are going to be there against their will. Is this form part of the module or just general form you use? This is something I just kind of put together in making my own. And we're thinking about blackout at the bingo hall. Yeah. So we're just writing one, Chance. So any information is good information. So far, let's go back. Let's see what we got so far. The Mavens are out for their weekly Tuesday night bingo game at Big Balls Bingo Hall. A storm is coming in and causing some power outages in the area, but the Mavens are sure they will still be able to play. They play one or two games before the power goes out. Lightning cracks. The hall fills with screams. The lights go out. Lights stay out for 30 minutes. Characters can move around and get comfortable and may stumble upon the dead body of Melanie Blair. After 30 minutes, the lights return and the people start to freak out. So what about Melanie Blair? What do they see at her body? I kind of think like the winning bingo ticket from the game that she won should be like stuffed in her mouth. Like suffocated by her own winning ticket. And maybe it was a blackout. Blair, she is lying face down at her table, at her seat, at her table. Stuffed in her mouth is a winning bingo card. Oh, shit. Oh, that's good, man. Oh, I love that. There's Ghostbusters. Oh, I said I love the dishwasher. Parents, man, we were just talking about this. They don't know anything. Losers. Stuffed in her mouth is the winning bingo card. Are her daubers stolen? Turn it off and go to bed. After 30 minutes, the lights return and people start to freak out. Lights return. Okay. What are some good luck charms that you brought or that you see the other players have brought and set up at their table? Okay. Moments. What are some... So while those first two games are going off or during their investigation, what are some moments that could happen at a bingo hall? Truck testicles are my good luck charm. Yeah. I don't know what to say, Cranky. I'm at a loss. So moments in role-playing interjections. I think a false bingo declaration. Upon further inspection, they actually don't have a bingo. Let's say there's a concession stand in there. What is something old people like to eat? The concession stand is out of... Ooh, prize money gone missing. That could be a clue. I think that's a clue. Let's put that down here. Prize money is missing. Concession stand is out of... What's something you eat at a bingo hall? I mean, popcorn, pretzels with cheese. We'll come back to that. Out of something. Leave that blank. All right. Locations. Well, we got the bingo hall, the main hall, tables, reader board, and our setup. Okay, so coffee. Yeah, running out of coffee, running out of coffee and cream. Concession stand is out of coffee. Good, I like that. Okay. Ooh, a location dumpster out back. Okay. Main hall where tables and reader boards are set up. We got out back. There's a dumpster. I think there's sort of a back alley. And then I think I like that there's like a field that just goes off into the distance. Ooh, okay, so then we got out front. Parking lot. Victim's car. Yeah, that a lot of good stuff you can find in there. I think I'm gonna go actually up here one more. I'm gonna go like there is the bathroom. There is the concession stand. That's actually a location. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe this main hall is where they're gonna take a lot of their time, and it's a pretty big room. So we don't have to be too crazy on the locations. All right, main hall. We got the bathroom, concession stand, out back, and then out front. What's across the street from this Big Balls Bingo Hall? What could they see? Is there like a Wendy's? Like we can come up with what's a Brindlewood Bay chain restaurant? Ooh, maybe. Ooh, going back to this, maybe across the street is Paul's store. Pizza shop, donut shop, gas station. Okay. Maybe it's the old Sweet Sensations bakery that is now something else. You know, just making it one more layer to add to it. I don't know. But I like gas station. I think gas station. Let's do that. Okay. Not that they need to go that far, but just to help build the scene. Okay. I don't think we need more locations than this. We got the main hall. We got a bathroom, you know, somewhere. I think in here there's like, you know, the little half windows that are at the top of the ceiling that kind of fold out. Opens outward. Concession stand. So there's a money box. 1 to 2 people working. The main hall. What like the is it a bingo announcer? Announcer's station or announcer's table? Where do they keep the money? So if the money's missing, where are they keeping the money? Do they keep it behind the announcer? Or do they keep it in the concession stand? Ooh, okay. Something to think about. All right, so clues. These could be literally anything. Prize money missing. It's a good start. Let's get a little let's look at these clues over here. Boop, 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 doop. Okay. No, London, get out of here. Actually, London, no, you're good. Well, no, you shouldn't be watching this. I'm writing my own Brindlewood Bay. I'll tell you the title of it. He's buying. Blackout at Bingo Hall. Blackout at Big Balls Bingo Hall. Yeah, get out of here, London. He just messaged me in Discord. He said he was sorry. It's all good. There we go. Okay. Anywho, what are we at? Where are we at on time? Hour and a half going at this? Yeah, don't spoil. Yeah, that's a problem with doing some of these is like, you know, the people that come to your streams are involved in what you're planning. So it's kind of a bummer. But I know if I don't like stream this, I'll never do it. So I'll just get better at putting like spoilers in the title or something. And then I don't know, maybe one of these days we just talk about whatever. We don't have to. Because I am going to try to do this more often. Just chilling out, doing whatever. Okay. So prize money is missing. We were looking at inspiration. So a baking sheet sprinkled with rat poison, a text message, a cookbook, unreasonable contractual demand, a missing chef's knife. I think we got to have some... yeah, I like them. And again, like I wouldn't prep. Not that I'm prepping right now in a sense, but I wouldn't take the time to write if I wasn't here with you all. So I'm thinking like a missing set of... Are they daubers? Is it daubers? Yeah, hey, look at that. Missing set of daubers or blood... Bloody... Jeez, can't spell bloody, but I could do daubers. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm typing. Here, let me go down. Bloody fingerprints on a... let's go green colored dauber. Fingerprints is one word. Okay. Someone's good luck charm is on the victim, possibly a red herring. Okay. Let's say what, a brooch? A good luck. What would be a good luck charm? Not a rabbit's foot. Too obvious. Troll doll. Don't have copyright. What would be a weird good luck charm? Let's go to Google for this. Weird good luck charm. I hate this. Alligator's teeth? What the fuck? 8 unusual good luck charms from history. From history.com. Symbols, amulets, and other talismans from around the globe. Maybe like a bell. Like a bell from, like those little, like, porcelain bell. Porcelain. How do you spell porcelain? Porcelain. Bell that is one of the player's good luck charm. Could be the lady they all know. She's always had a bingo, frequently wins, never graciously, not well liked. Okay. What about her? Maybe an argument. Like, some of the clues are always like an overheard argument or a receipts suggesting extravagant expenditures. What was someone professing their love? So maybe a conversation overheard in line at the concession stand of... conversation overheard at the concession stand about... Could it be about the missing money? Could be about rigged, about possible... about possible... shit, I can't say anything. At the concession stand about how the game is possibly rigged. Someone cheating? Yeah. Because we want to be able to like place blame and things that of that nature are always good. Man, coming up with these are a lot harder than I thought. But you're doing great, chat. Thank you. Prize money's missing. Bloody fingerprints on a green colored dauber. Maybe like some counterfeit. Make it about Church's character. Yes, always. Counterfeit score sheets. Bingo cards. Counterfeit bingo cards. Is bingo capitalized? Bingo cards. Counterfeit bingo cards. What would be something like... So I like to think of the locations and what would you find there? Maybe what would be written on the bathroom wall? What would we find in the parking lot? Ooh. Yeah, they all say bimbo. Only Church's cards say bimbo at the top. Got him. I like a filled ashtray. Because people be smoking at the bingo hall. Filled ashtray, only half of the cigarettes have lipstick on them. Half of the butts have lipstick on them. So it could be anybody. See, it could go to either. Anybody could have done that. It's not just the lipstick one. Okay. What color? Ooh, that's a great question. See, I like to leave them kind of vague like that, so that we can go any color. We can go something off the cuff. Maybe they came up Maybe they came up with something earlier that you want to call back to. Because I think if you put, yeah, they will ask, definitely. But if you put it in there in stone, and really you can always change it, right, as the DM, but then you got to kind of be held to that. But if we leave it kind of fluid and vague, these clues have to be able to fit anywhere. You know what I mean? They have to be able to apply to several possibilities. So I think I'm going to leave it out. I think I'm going to leave the color out, but be ready to be asked that question for sure. All right. What would be in the dumpster? What are some things that we could find in the out back? Maybe. So we need okay. So kind of got to think about too the suspects. What are some motives here? Because if you look at these, and I don't want to look at the Brindlewood Bay Bake Off one, I want to look at the Halloween one. Because if you look at the people, they all have, there's several motives, right? So Elena Visage was stopped being put into roles. June Willoughby is having an affair with Abner. So we have to have some of those, I think, and that can drive some of the clues. A piece of clothing caught on a tall grass. Okay. Where are we at? Let's go. Clues. A torn piece of clothing. Frayed around the edges. Now we're going to leave it vague too, because it could be from Melanie, what was her name? Melanie Blair. Could be something she was wearing. Could be something the killer was wearing. We don't know, so we'll leave it vague. Torn piece of clothing, frayed around the edges. Like it. So maybe a flashlight, or maybe not like night vision goggles, but something that would aid in the killer doing a dark murder. Right? So I think night vision goggles is too high tech. What could we do there? Paper voodoo dolls cut out of bingo cards, or like the Christmas time you make the little snowmen, what the snowflake things. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna put in parentheses here some sort of aid in the murder. Something to aid in a killing in the dark. You know that Springsteen song? It's Dancing in the Dark. Dancing in the Dark, chap. All right, so how many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're about halfway there on the clues, I think. All right. Let's go to void clues. Let's take a break from those ones. So void clues, again, are like weird Cthulhu type shit that is going to come in and just mess with the mind of our players. So, for example, sound of a record being played backwards, but upon closer inspection, the sound of ritual chanting, rising mist, strange shapes. Oh. I'm thinking some, those mists and shapes coming out of the field in the back. dog-like shapes moving in the mist, howling at the moon. Your all the coffee cups. Something I'm thinking like all the coffee cups are sprouting tentacles and stealing good luck charms off the table. I like car headlights are racing straight for you. Your head is filled with an old-timey car horn. I like that one. What is that? What is that? Emote? Can't tell what it is. Okay. I like those. All right. I think we saved the hardest part for last. Suspects. NPC creation. Do we go to an outside source here? Do we go to an NPC creator to get some inspiration? What do you think? I don't know if I want to do that, but I'm feeling kind of taxed. All right. Well, this is very this is very D&D generator, but I don't like it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Mabel. The bitch that always wins. All right. Yeah, NPC redeems. I can't, we don't write that shit down. I mean, here's the thing, chat. Clits. Jesus Christ, I read it wrong. Kit's Clip Clop. Sound request from 4 days ago. Read that wrong. Yes, the half-orc bard with a missing tusk playing bingo. Dorothea Loplighter. What is that? Okay, Mabel. We need a name for last name for Mabel. I like Mabel. Maybe Mabel. She's born with it. Mabel. The bitch that always wins. Okay, like that. We got Dorothea Loplighter. What does Dorothea do? Who's Edith Bunker? What is that from? All in the Family? What is that? Dorothea Loplighter. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, maybe. Melanie Blair's husband. They come together to play. What's his name? Dean? I don't know why Dean came up. Melanie's husband. I had a friend, his middle name was Dean. We used to call him Michael Dean the Green Bean. I don't know. It was grade school. Give me a break. Oh, the stupid shit you'd say as a kid. We'd also say Michael motorcycle, turn the key, watch him pee. Like, it makes zero fucking sense, but because it rhymed, it's like the best burn of all time. Oops. Melanie's husband. Okay, I like that. Got Mabel the bitch that always wins. Dorothea Loplighter. What does she do? Is she the gas station owner? Does she own the field behind the place? Maybe her farmhouse is back there, and she, it's easy for her to come here. Loplighter Farms. I kind of like that. Owner of Loplighter Farms, located behind the bingo hall. Maybe she doesn't like the bingo hall here. Ooh, yeah. Despises the hall being so close. Feels that Brindlewood Bay is expanding too fast. Okay, like that. Dorothea run. Okay, we can have somebody else run the concession stand. Dorothea Loplighter smokes. I don't think she'd smoke. I think Mabel's a smoker. I see Dorothea as kind of like, kind of a hippie maybe, like living that organic life. Where Mabel, the bitch that always wins, I think she definitely smokes. Smokes. Yeah, all those little old ladies playing bingo are shrub funks. Okay. Smokes seems to have the right cards every weekend or every week. As they play on Tuesdays. You know, playing on a Tuesday. What was I thinking? Oh, we need to think of like the 3 like adjectives for each character. So coming back to here. Elena Visage, the actress, seductive, boozy, vampirous costume. Seductive, boozy, vampirous costume. Oops, wrong button. So I think Mabel. We need a last name for Mabel. I knew a old lady who called going to bingo playing. Oh shit. That's true. I know, everybody has so much hope until that fucking bingo happens. Mabel. Mabel. Mabel Duhan. I'm looking up. This is how I work, chat. Looking up tobacco in other languages. So we have where'd it go? Croatian. Mabel Duhan. Like her name means tobacco. So Mabel Moriarty. Ooh, that's a very specific name, right? We're bringing something in. Speaking of Moriarty, I've heard there's a podcast. Is it a podcast or a book on tape? Maybe it's a book too. But it's all about how Moriarty is misunderstood, and actually Sherlock Holmes is not that good of a detective, and he keeps like blaming Moriarty, but it's somebody else doing the thing. Sounds interesting. I'm going to... So here's a whole list of the new Maven moves I got with the new update. And one of them is Sherlock Holmes, so we're not totally out of line. And this is like a campy TV show, so I think, like dipping into some of those tropey names is a good thing. I'm down with it. Sherlock Holmes, the first time you encounter a suspect, you can declare something about them based solely on their appearance. This information is absolutely true. It's not a clue, nor can it conclusively solve the mystery. Uh-oh. It's getting close, chat. Getting close. All right, Mabel, and I like the M's. Already. Smokes. Overconfident. gonna do it like they do. Overconfident. Something else about her. What does she look like? What is her appearance? Like if you could sum her up in 1 to 2 words. I'm kind of like thinking like a beehive type updo. A yellowed updo. Oh, you're going sweet, old lady. Huh. Smokes overconfident, but still has a sweet side. Yeah, I think we got to have something redeeming about her. She can't just be sweet old lady. Deceptively sweet. She seems to have all the right cards every week and is known as the biddy. I don't want to say bitch. I think that's a little aggressive. So I'm going to say the biddy that always wins. What do you think about that? Keeping it on brand here, I think we'd go biddy. Mabel Moriarty smokes, overconfident, deceptively sweet, though. She seems to have the right cards every week and is known as the biddy that always wins. Has she heard? So what is what is the motive that we can drop in here? Gotta think of that. What is the motive that we can drop in on Mabel? Dorothea Loplighter, owner of Loplighter Farms. Okay, so we need Dorothea's. I'm gonna say she's pretty old. Older, and it shows. Clothes are always well worn. Okay, good. Yeah. Limp from a bad hip. Okay. I don't like that. We're split on 2 pages here, so I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Limp from a bad hip. I like that. Okay. Owner of Loplighter Farms, located directly behind the bingo hall, despises the hall being so close, but still enjoys the night out. Feels that Brindlewood Bay is expanding too fast and wouldn't mind seeing it go, for lack of better word right now. Okay. I'm thinking let's do Dean, and then I'm going to call it a night. Dean is Melanie's husband. What does Dean look like? I'm thinking he's like a very kind of milquetoast kind of person. Because Melanie is not somebody that I think is too fun to be around. I'm looking at the wrong ones. Touch of gray at the temples, glasses, okay. Yeah, so we'll say they're in their 40s. What do you think? So where is my Melanie Blair? Because I think her parents are still around. So yeah, I'm going to say, we'll say they're in their 40s. there it is. Thanks, Cranky. I saw the bingo card generator. All right. We will, I'll look into that. I think that'd be fun. Another level of interactivity. So Melanie Blair. Okay, so touch of gray at the temples. Black rimmed glasses. What's his demeanor? Is he easily agitated? I think he's kind of easygoing. Because I think Melanie's the one that's kind of like she's frazzled, so he's the yin to her yang. Easygoing. Dean is Melanie's husband. They have been married. So if they're in their mid-40s, I'm going to say married for like 8 years. This is not their first marriage. 8 years. Second marriage for both. There's some backstory that could come out there. He doesn't. What is it? What is the word? Approve of Melanie's game nights, but wants to spend time with her. One of the suspects could be the lady who wanted to marry Dean but lost to Melanie. Ooh. All right. So let's go. I'm just going to put a note here because I'm getting ready to wrap up. Dean's... Oh, yeah. Cranky coming in. It's Dean's secret love interest. Okay. I like that. Because now it could have been Dean. It could have been this love interest. Ooh, yeah. There we go. All right. Loplighter could be doing it just to, like, bring bad news, bad attention to the hall. Moriarty. Ooh. If Melanie won, she might be mad. Even worse, she's the manager of Paul's Bakery. Ooh, okay. There we go. Manager of Paul's Bakery. All right, now we're getting there. Okay, I think that's good for tonight for me. We got a good outline going, though. Good job. So, things we got to shore up. The story synopsis a little bit, some moments. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need at least 2 more suspects, I think. Yeah, this one's... I'm liking it. It's turning out pretty good. Okay, so we got to get at least 2 more. Leave myself some notes. Locations, I'm good on there. We just got to kind of fill them out a little bit better. And then clues, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we need 8 more. Void clues, 1 more. Okay. Look at that. Blackout at Big Balls Bingo Hall. Boom. All right. That was good. That's good. Look at that. We're getting stuff done. I was going to try to prep Witchlight tonight too, but no. All right, so we're getting the bingo hall taken care of. I'm going to delete that off of there. We've done it. We're doing it. I still like this one too, but we'll come back to those. Okay. All right. Well, folks, whoever's still here with us, thanks for hanging out on this inaugural solo stream by yours truly. I had fun. I had some good conversations with y'all. Tomorrow night, Brindlewood Bay. If you're watching this, if you can hear the sound of my voice, Monday, October 24th, 6:30 Pacific time. Brindlewood Bay. All right. See this stuff in action. Okay. I'm gonna end here. I'm not gonna raid. We don't have any. We're just gonna call it a night. We're gonna go quietly into that good night, folks. Yeah, Cranky, thanks for hanging out. It was tons of fun. We'll do it again. Okay. All right. So we'll see you all next time. All right.